Hi mamas and babas, 15 minutes of strengthening is something you can do every day, starting onto the palms and knees. My name is Anna and I like starting with fire hydrants, so lifting the knee out to the side and down. We're doing 8 to 10 repetitions of each exercise. My range of movement is a little bit small here because I'm trying to focus on keeping my core engaged. So recovering postpartum is really important to focus on to the recovery of your abs, whether you have DR or a severe abdominal separation or not. Change your side once you've done 8 to 10 repetitions. We'll pull the belly button in, the tailbone under, and we'll lift the knee as high as we can, maintaining this form. Have my baby next to me and I look straight forward somewhere where I can see him, but I also can put him under me as I do in other videos. If he doesn't run away, it works. Next one, donkey kick. So let's do 8, 7, 6, 5. Try not to arch the back. Keep the belly tight, the toes flexed, gaze forward. Change inside, 8 to 10 repetition on the other side. Core is tight, toes are flexed. Keep going, push through the palms to maintain your form and your balance. Next one, we will have our legs straight, so we're doing one leg at a time. Tuck the toes and lift, lift, lift. Belly in, glutes engaged, staying strong. Trying not to arch the back too much, trying not to move the back too much. So we're trying to stay and work on the stability in the pose. And then we go other leg. I correct my belly a little bit. I feel like I lost my form, belly button in. And I go 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And enough. Beautiful. Let's go to reverse sit-up. This is a nice DR-friendly sit-up. So good for mamas with abdominal separation. Of course, you better first talk to your physio on any case. But look how I do. My spine is straight and I just only lean as far back as I can while maintaining the control of my core. Feet on the mat, palms onto the shoulders. You can see it's a very small range of movement for me. If you have more than that, great, but just make sure that you're doing it with tight core. That's the purpose of the exercise, keeping the core and pelvic floor engaged. So these ones are very good for recovering the abdominals, and a couple more of this type are actually the proper sit-up, but it is a DR-friendly sit-up because we have the lower back planted on the mat, belly button in, and we only lift the very top of the body, just like so. So also physio recommended, but it is very important that you keep your belly in, pelvic floor in. Feel like you're bringing the hip bones together, the tailbone is under, and we are only lifting the shoulders and up. So it's a very small activation, all the focus on pulling the belly in. It is easier to focus on that when we're lying on the back like that. I had changed side and I lifted the wrong way. You really should roll through the side and not crunch up, but I just wanted to have my head closer to baby. So yeah, 8 to 10 reps like that. I'm lifting up. My practice changed a lot to accommodate my DR or diastasis recti, abdominal separation after giving birth, and this video is one of the variation of my strengthening daily exercises that I do to try and recover my core, but also to maintain my fitness and keep working on it. Because I didn't just want to stop exercising, I wanted to restore my core and also continue strengthening my body and regain my fitness. So this one is same variation, we're just going across palm to opposite knee, so an oblique sit-up. Belly button is in the same way. Our focus is on squeezing the core tight, and we go across. So 8 to 10 reps to each side, having the support for the head, having a very small range of movement as you lift. And of course, if you do have DR and you are looking for DR friendly exercises, so I have some of those on this channel, but also it is very important to go and first talk to your physio. So if you've done 8 to 10 to one side, do the other side, and see that you are approved for the exercise in general. This is good in general after giving birth, before you come back to any sort of exercise, to go and consult a women's physiotherapist to see where you're at with your pelvic floor, with your abdominals, so you know that you're doing healthy exercise for you and to recover as quick as possible. And my baby is going for a wander, but I keep working my obliques. Beautiful. Now I'm going to lie down on the side, and I start with clamshells, so belly button is still in, and I lift the knee up and down. Heels together here. I have one hand supporting onto the mat just to see that I'm comfortable in maintaining my form. You can also use it to hold your baby if you put him to lie next to you. Mine just went for a wander, or to look for daddy there on the other side of the oval. That's alright. And then if you've done 8 to 10 reps, we are then going to side planks. So for side planks, as you see now, I'm bringing my elbow underneath the shoulder. Yep, elbow, hip and knee are in line, and then I lift and lower with the side plank. So this is a modified variation, a postpartum friendly variation for restoring the core and still having the side plank practice. Again, 8 to 10 repetitions, small range of movement, belly is tight throughout. Looking for my baby. He's with his daddy there at the other side of the oval. I'm just gonna go get him, and we'll do a few more on this side. So you can have him sort of lying down next to you if he stays put, and then you can hold him with your supporting hand, or you can just sort of crawl around like Ethan does. So I stretch the bottom leg and I lift and lower it. This one is a little bit more inner thigh, strengthening the legs, but my belly stays tight, so I find this sideline position is quite comfortable to try and focus on having the core tight. Another variation is bend and point, bend and point. So I do 8 to 10 of each variation, really firing up those legs. I bend towards the chest and point away, straight leg. And then I'm going to do one more variation, which is something in the middle. So I bend the knee to the chest and then I stretch it and lift. So it's bend and lift. We go another 8, lift, 7, lift, belly tight, lift. Shoulders are soft, especially towards the end of the routine. They start to get tight. We hold the tension in the shoulders. So try to relax them and focus on the legs, the core, booty. And then we do all of this to the other side. Starting with clamshells, knees together, heels together, belly tight. We go 10, 9, 8, heels stay together, 6, shoulders soft, see we're babies, and a couple more, and enough, going into our plank. So elbow underneath the shoulder, try to find the alignment, elbow, hip and knee here, and we're lifting up and down, belly tight, shoulders soft, push onto the forearm and try to pick up your plank. Alright, once you're done 10 of these, we go to a straight leg lift. So you have your bottom leg lifting, flex toes, feeling that inner thigh. I have one hand for support down on the mat. You can also use it to just touch your belly and see that it remains engaged, especially already almost 10 minutes into the practice. It's hard to keep the belly engaged throughout. We go bend and point and bend and point. But it's very important that while you do the exercise, your belly is engaged. Postpartum, we want to bring all the attention to recovering our abdominals and our pelvic floor. So if you need to do less repetition or go slower in order to continue your focus on the belly, that's okay. You don't have to go as quick as I do in this video. And then we go bend and lift, bend and lift. Yeah, a little bit of a combination movement. So for me, this nice strengthening routine takes about 15 minutes. I do it every day without fail as part of my recovery program. And it might take you a little bit longer if you need to pause the video and repeat, or if you go a bit slower. But approximately 15 minutes a day is a great amount to start with when you try and heal and try to come back to your fitness after having a baby. Alright, he ran away, so we're bringing him a little bit closer. And we're going next to our bridges. So I'm lying down onto the back. I do few variations, so I'll do 4 variations today actually. First one, just regular bridges, pin the elbows down to the mat and lift the hips up, so feet are shoulder widths apart. I make sure that my belly is still engaged, so I tuck the tailbone, belly button in, and then I lift. Tuck the tailbone and then I lift. So try to see that you don't lift without making sure that the form is corrected and held during the exercise. At the top, squeeze my butt and drop down. Okay, and baby comes to help. Thank you, my love. We go into a butterfly. So same thing, but I have my legs in butterfly. So I like to do many variations of those glute bridges. This is a good one. It's easy to feel that you're really engaging the core and you're also working out the glutes. So in this one I'm going to do 4 different variations, but I have a few more videos where I do other variations as well that you can check out. So if you've done the butterfly, you can do the opposite, so feet wide, knees together. When the feet are wide, knees together, you can feel the outer glutes. And I find it a little bit harder to maintain form here. So make sure that you lift with the tailbone under, the belly engaged and squeezed in. If you're not sure how to engage your abdominals, the best way is to go to the physical therapist and allow him to check you out. So this would be the last variation. I lift, bring the knees together, and then I drop. I also stand onto my heels so my toes are up to make it a little bit harder. Let's try 8 more of these. We lift, bring knees together, open and drop. Lift, knees together, open and drop. And keep going. Make sure your belly is in the work. Elbows pinned to the mat. It really helps. Couple more. Thank you, baby. And this is enough. Let's arrive into sitting. You can sit on a chair or you can sit cross-legged. We're going into some twists. I sometimes do those twists with a weight in my hands, but here at the oval on the grass, I'm just going to do it without the weight. I have my baby next to me. I'm going to try and do it with him sitting on me, but see how long it lasts. And we just go from one side to the other. So elbows out, palms behind the head, sitting up tall, feeling the oblique squeeze with every twist. And I think baby is about to fall. Oh no, he's about to slide off. Let's see how we coordinate that. So I do 8 to 10 like this, and then I do 8 to 10 with some pulses. So going to the side and pulse, twist to the side and pulse, boom. So I get a bit more of a squeeze out of the obliques. My belly is still tight. I can't stress it enough. Every exercise I have to focus on that if I want to recover and come back to my fitness form. And so twist and pulse, and we are going forward into squats. So I'm doing my squats with Bubs this time. You can also do it with a weight or without a weight. We're doing 10 repetitions, squeezing the glutes at the top. I'm doing wide-legged squats. It's a little bit easier with Bubs. And if you are doing it with Bubs, make sure you hold him the way I do here. So in the middle of the body, not on one hand or on one hip. So you're nice and even. And make sure you're really squeezing the core because he is heavier than the normal weight I might use, which is probably maximum 3 kilos, 4 kilos. And he is now about 9. Same to do with wood choppers. I go over the shoulder and under the hip, over the shoulder and under the hip. And I really rotate through my obliques, and I even rotate through my feet. So let's do 8 to 10 to each side. Baby loves it, is really happy, but it's actually really hard to do it with a baby, so you have to make sure you really squeeze in the core here, or take something less heavy, like a small weight. 3 kilo weight can be good, or even without weight, just moving from side to side and working into this twisted motion with the belly tight. So if you've done 8 to 10 to one side, we go in the other side. So just copying me, this kind of a diagonal movement, rotation in the whole body, feet, hips, shoulders, everything is rotating, and baby loves it. It's really, really cute. And this would be the last one for today. Let's do one more, and then once you've done with your wood choppers, this is enough. Let's put baby down, give him a little pat, good boy, give him his dummy, and we will give him his milk. So make sure you're hydrating at the end of your practice like we do. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying the channel. Subscribe to see more workouts and stretch routines with me. I'm Anna. Have a good day. Thank you.